Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be talking about my sadhana journey so far. And so now I'm basically at the tail end of my sadhana journey. That is, I spent the last 18 plus months, it was a total 18-month journey, but I had taken some gaps in between of sadhana, going through 18 of the tantric primal deities. And now to kind of circle back, the 18 forms, and the reason why they're tantric forms is it's believed that now we're in the Kali Yuga, and the truth of the matter is the tantric forms are the ones that have the most power or connection to the times that we're living in right now. The primal deities display themselves in a form that is nude to basically show their primal form. That's why they're called primal deities. And the way in which you can interpret that is, the raw primal form is trying to point directly to the truth. It's with no fluff on it. People wear clothes to dress up and make themselves look better, but the raw truth is what is laying underneath. And so these deities, they are much more direct and much more intense than the more sattvic versions. But this kind of comes at a upside, because while the sadhana is more intense, it also brings upon increased reward. So in a sense, it's like playing a video game on extra hard difficulty, and you get 2 times the XP for completing that game. That is, our soul chooses to come down and chooses to manifest itself here in the Kali Yuga age because it wants a way to grow quickly. If things were so lovely and benevolent in life and we didn't suffer, then growth would be very slow and we would gain experience much lower. With the increased turmoil and the suffering that we feel, that is something that basically increases the experience points that we gain, in a sense. And so in this whole sadhana journey, I began with Uchista Ganapati, which is a form of Ganesha, and then I went on to, I'm not going to go through the entire list in this video. I'm going to keep it quite short, but pretty much the point is I went through the each chakra and then its corresponding Mahavidya. So Kali has her 10 forms, and then each one of her forms fits into one of the 7 chakras, and then there are an additional 3 in the heart, and then an additional 1 in the throat. So there are 3 deities that garner the throat chakra, and then a total of 5, the 4 feminine and the 1 masculine form. And so I went through all of the Shiva or masculine forms, which consisted of Uchista Ganapati, Bhairava, Panchamukha Hanuman, Krishna, Akshobhya Bhairava, and Kartikeya, then Vishnu. So those were the 7 masculine forces, and then there were the 10 Mahavidyas and Kali that manifested on the feminine side. And so the way this kind of works is the masculine energies brings you manifestations, but in a controlled way. So it brings you things that, for instance, with Uchista Ganapati, it's going to teach you how to eat and know when enough is enough, where Tripura Bhairavi would be more of like an endless enjoyment of said food. So maybe you have a pizza and you're enjoying that entire pizza, whereas Uchista Ganapati will teach you that you can just eat 1 slice and be satisfied. So it's good to have desires, but it's also good to have those desires under control so that nobody gets hurt. So that way, if you're sharing that pizza with 12 other people and you go and try to eat the whole pizza, then you're harming others because they're not able to get a slice. So Uchista Ganapati is kind of that protection. And it kind of works like that with each one of the chakras. The way in which the chakras were presented to me as well was a very direct approach. So basically, the root chakra was desire to eat, Swadhisthana chakra, desire to have sex, the Manipura chakra, the desire to have power, Anahata chakra, the desire to love, throat chakra, the desire to communicate, third eye, desire to think, and then the crown chakra, desire to exist. Those are the most raw and primal ways of describing those chakras. And we talk about raw and primal because when we go and speak the bija mantras, bijas are nothing more than seeds. And so, in a sense, we are all just seeds. Our souls are just seeds. So that is that we're planted by whatever our Ishtadevata or our favorite deity is. We're planted in seed form, and that consciousness grows through from amoeba to plant to reptile to bird to everything to human to where we are now. All that is a seed. And so these seed vibrations are basically just that. You go through all 18 of the deities, and it's basically you're going through all the different seeds, trying to find out which seed that is that you are sprouted in, which one is your Ishtadevata to say. They say that there are 18 different varieties of seeds, like how there are here carrots and onions and all that. One of them is you, and whatever seed that is, that's your Ishtadevata. At the end of the day, though, we're all the deities are manifestations of Shiva, Vishnu, or Shakti, in a sense, depending on how you see it. So, at the end of the day, you can disregard these seeds, worship them, because they're the ones who have birthed all the seeds, in a sense, to begin with. So if you go to them, they're basically going to bring you all the 18 forms. Once you realize Vishnu, and Vishnu's at the crown, right? You realize that you're the master, you're the controller of all. The other ones, you created all the other deities, so you're the one who can basically order them around, tell them what to do. That sounds a little borderline schizophrenic, but it's not, because in a sense, we've associated the deities with different parts of the body. And not just different parts of the body, but also not just physically, but also non-physically. So with the heart, and the heart dealing with not just pumping the blood through your body, but also the feelings of love. The throat, not just dealing with communication, but truth as well. And then, the gut, not just dealing with its physical form of ego, but then also the non-physical form of money. Even though those two go hand in hand, all these chakras are associated with a physical and a non-physical part to them. So when doing this sadhana, I honestly completely lost my train of thought. A lot of the times when I'm talking, there's literally no script in front of me. So I think I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent right now from what I was originally talking about, but that's quite all right. I'm going to wrap up this video too, because I have been talking for a little bit. I know I was talking about the physical and the non-physical elements of the chakras. And what I was basically mentioning there was, yeah, it's not crazy to, once you get to the crown, realize that you're in control of all the other deities, because in a sense it's saying that you're in control of your body, you're in control of yourself. Once you get to Vishnu sadhana, it's like, okay, I'm in control of myself. I'm in control of my brain, my speech, I'm in control of my heart, who I choose to give it to and who I choose not to give it to. I'm in control of my desire for wealth, I'm in control of my desire to have sex. I'm in control for my desire to eat, so I don't undereat or overeat. And yeah, that's basically what sadhana can teach you, is how to be in control of just yourself. And then from there, again, once you go on and contemplate, I feel like I'm about to say a spoiler or something, but the more and more you contemplate on self, and then you start to see that self expand, then these same principles apply to others as well. So in a sense, like, you just feel like, because right now I'm in Shodashi sadhana month, and that's basically the final one after Vishnu, and she is the 16-year-old daughter of Shiva. And the idea is, like, each of these months I was feeling into a different type of energy. So Kartikeya month, I was being very strategic, as he's the war general, and just kind of figuring out, putting everything together in my life, figuring out what it is that I could do. During Krishna month, I was, watching a lot of movies and loving and crying and all of that, opening up my heart. During all these months, there were different elements, and it felt like I was just discovering different elements and aspects of myself, honing in and focusing on them. And Shodashi happens to be, like I said, a 16-year-old girl, so it's been a bit interesting. And you know, you're starting to kind of like, once I've already been in control of self and not really have so many desires for myself, I'm starting to look out, see what else there is in the world, see the world like it's the most exciting thing alive, as a 16-year-old girl does, because that's the only thing left to do once you become realized, is to enjoy yourself as a realized being. So you become realized. What do you do? Do you just hide out and meditate? You can, and there's reason people do, because that's the truth that they're trying to get to and to remain at. But at the end of the day too, the other option is just you've reached this point of pure knowledge and you're blissed out and you know the truth. The only thing left to do is enjoy yourself as human, be the best human that you can be. You're gonna make mistakes, things are gonna happen, but just enjoy it until the movie has ran, and just make sure that when the credits roll, you don't stay for the end credits, because you stay for the end credits, you'll probably get reincarnated here. And that's all. Jai Mahakal.